What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Game Nights. This show is sponsored and brought to you by Wizards of the Coast.
Now, today we are going to be playing Commander with the brand new cards from Magic's latest core set, M21. Ooh. But before we get into it, we need to talk about our sponsor, cardkingdom.com/command zone. If you use that affiliate link when you order your Magic product, singles, anything at all, you really are supporting Game Nights, all of our content. Also, you're using the best online card retailer in the world.
Absolutely. And we're playing a lot of spicy cards today, so you're going to want to get your hands on that. But you know who already knows what cards we play today? Our patrons at patreon.com/command zone, because they get to watch Game Nights a day early. That means they already know all the actions that's happened. They don't even need to see us saying this in the beginning, but they probably still are. So a big thank you to them. And of course, if you want to sign up, get Game Nights early, interact with Josh and myself on our Discord, head on over to patreon.com/command zone.
And finally, make sure that you stick around till the very end of this episode because, as always, we're going to be giving away a bunch of cool swag from UltraPro.
All right, everybody, but first things first, let's watch the episode.
How's it, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Game Nights. On this one, we're getting ready to do battle with two of our very close friends.
Hey everybody, it's Ladee Danger. I'm back again. You might have seen me streaming Magic the Gathering Arena on Twitch. I'm also a cosplayer and a host for live events, and I'm one of the editors here at the Command Zone.
Hey everybody, I'm Craig Blanchette. You may know me as Mr. Infect. I'm one of the staff here at Command Zone, and I'm excited to be back for another game on Game Nights.
Today, we brewed brand new decks based around the new commanders from Magic's latest core set, M21.
This set brings with it a bunch of brand new, really cool, legendary creatures, and some of them you might even recognize from Magic's past.
The deck I built is Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. The strategy is all about life gain. I love life gain. I also love doing damage without actually having to do damage. So as my life total goes higher and higher, my opponents go lower and lower.
So I built my deck around Subira Tulzidi Caravaner. My strategy is all about small creatures. So I can use Subira's first ability to make them unblockable, and then figuring out ways to get them to do extra damage, so they hit a lot harder than my opponents are gonna expect.
The deck I'm going to be playing is Radha, Heart of Keld. This commander is all about lands. So I'm going to try and get as many lands into play as quickly as possible, and then I'll take advantage of Radha's second ability so I can sneak through for a lot of damage.
The deck I brewed for today is Jolrael Monvoli Recluse. This is a mono-green card draw matters token deck. So I'm gonna try and do everyone's favorite thing, draw a bunch of cards. I love this commander because I love creating a bunch of tokens and making a small army, and then make them massive with Jolrael's activated ability, and swing in for the win.
All right, let's play.
Let's fight.
Let's battle.
Let's do this.
Well, looks like there's no one new tonight at the table this time. Bummer.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but what we can do is reveal the awesome M21 UltraPro playmats. Oh, wow.
Nice. Very nice.
You can tell everyone's been on the show before because we did that the first time. Good job, everybody.
Nice job.
First time.
Welcome to Game Nights.
Only one may stand.
You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'll start draw for turn and drop a Taiga and pass turn.
All right, I will draw. I'll play a snow-covered mountain. Go ahead, Jimmy.
All right, I'll draw for turn. I'll play a forest and pass to you.
All right, I will draw for turn, play a swamp, and a turn 1 Soul Ring.
Oh, there's always gotta be somebody.
Statistically, she'll lose.
So I kept this hand because it has a turn 1 Soul Ring. It does only have 2 lands in it, so hopefully this works out. All right, and I'll pass the turn to you, Craig.
All right, on your end step, I'm gonna play Worldly Tutor.
Uh-oh.
So turn 1 Soul Ring's pretty good, but I think I could do one better. I'm gonna find Azusa Lost But Seeking.
Uh-oh.
and I'm gonna put that at the top of my library.
That's a great card.
All right, I'm gonna untap, draw my Azusa for turn. I'm gonna put down an Ancient Tomb.
Ooh.
And then I'm gonna play Azusa, Lost But Seeking.
Oh gosh.
I'll lose 2 life because of Ancient Tomb.
All right, tell me that's it.
No, it can't be. He's going to play more lands.
No, there's no way.
So the Ancient Tomb's great. Lets me play the Azusa a turn early and just start dumping lands onto the table. I'm gonna play Grove of the Burned Willows, and I'm gonna play Windswept Heath, and that's it. Guys, we're good. Guys, we're good. So it's turn 2, and I already have 5 mana available. I think you know how I'm feeling.
All right, is that all, Craig?
That's it. That's all I'm gonna do.
That's it.
Okay, I will untap and I will draw. I will play a second snow-covered mountain, and then I will play Iron Mirror.
Hey, ramp.
Yay!
That's how red ramps, all right? It's not quite as good
Yeah.
as Azusa. This is actually a really good card in this deck because it's gonna ramp me early on, but it's also a 1/1 creature, and my commander wants to have small creatures on the table. She can make them unblockable, they can wear equipment and stuff, so it can actually do some work after I don't need the mana anymore. And then I'll pass the turn.
Okay, I will draw for turn. Oh gosh, choices. I will play a land, and I will tap 2 and cast my commander, Jolrael, Moonvoli Recluse.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
I'm really excited about this commander because this is one of the few times we've seen card draw matters on a green legendary creature. The only problem is it takes a bit to set up, and just compare my board state with what's going on Craig's, I better get going fast. And I will pass the turn to you, lady.
Excellent. I'm going to untap, draw for turn, play a swamp, and I will play Falconwrath Noble.
Oh.
Nice. Good card.
So this card is a great piece in my deck that's gonna work seamlessly with my commander. It's gonna allow me to do 2 damage instead of 1, which can add up really fast.
This is a scary card. Anyone who's played against aristocrats knows that this ping people for 1 when creatures die thing, it doesn't look very powerful, but it tends to be a key piece, and people can just combo off and kill you that way, so I don't like it. Scary.
Boo. Your turn, Craig.
All right. At the end of your turn, I'm gonna sacrifice my Windswept Heath, lose 1 life, and I'll go find Cinderglade. And that'll come into play tapped because I have no basic lands. Then I'm gonna untap for turn, draw my card. So if you thought my start was good, hold on to your butts, because it's about to get much better.
So scared right now.
All right.
He only has 4 cards in his hand, though.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play Crucible of Worlds.
Hey, he has a fetch land.
Wait.
I'll lose 2 life because of Ancient Tomb.
That's not good.
So Azusa is a great card, but what normally happens is you run out of lands to play. But with Crucible of Worlds and the fetch land in my graveyard, I'm gonna be able to take full advantage of Azusa every turn. Okay, because of Crucible of Worlds, I can play my fetch land out of my graveyard.
Okay, sure.
And because of Azusa, I'm actually gonna do that 3 times. I'm gonna find 2 forests and a mountain. So those are gonna come into play untapped, and I'll lose 3 life.
We're in huge trouble. Everybody knows that, right?
I'm kind of jealous.
This is turn 3.
This turn 3.
So then I'm gonna play a Wayward Swordtooth,
Really?
and because that lets me play an extra land, I'm gonna do the Crucible of Worlds thing, again with my fetch land, and this time I'll find a mountain,
Cool.
and I'll lose 1 more life. And then I have 10 permanents on the board, so I will get the City's Blessing. And my turn's not over.
Really?
I'm gonna cast my commander, Radha, Heart of Keld.
Come on.
Jeez.
So this is the perfect setup for me. I've got a ton of lands into play, and what's easy to miss about Radha is that you can activate her ability more than once per turn. So I'm gonna be able to just start one-shotting people.
Look at Craig's board. He has 8 lands in play. It's turn 3. His next turn is going to be super explosive. I'm very scared.
This is not okay. This game can be over in a blink of an eye. He's gonna be allowed to play tons of cards. Can we slow down here?
You know what? This always happens when you play Craig. Your initial plan is to play a regular game, and then by turn 3, you're like, I got to kill Craig first.
There's only one option.
So I'm gonna look at the top card of my library,
Just for fun?
just for fun, just to see what's up. Okay, I like that.
I have a feeling I've been playing game nights wrong for all these years.
And then I'm going to declare attacks.
All right.
Josh, I am going to attack you with Azusa.
Boy, he's out for blood.
Yep, I have no blocks. I will take 1.
Maybe the only time somebody attacks with Azusa. And I pass turn.
I felt like one of those turn 9 turns where so much
What
happened.
the heck? Look at this. Okay, I will untap. I will draw. So if you look at Craig's board right now, there's just no way we're going to beat this. We got to team up right now, knock him down a peg or two, or he's just going to run away with this game. I'm going to do... Oh, crap.
You're making this hard, Craig.
Actually, I can destroy the Crucible. Can somebody kill Radha?
I can.
Okay.
Craig is getting out of control here, so I'm willing to make this agreement with Josh for him to get rid of one thing and I'll get rid of the other because somebody's got to keep that man in check.
I'm going to play a mountain, and it'll come into play tapped because I'm going to play Vandal Blast.
Oh no.
And I'm going to destroy the Crucible of Worlds.
Oh man.
Oh man, he says. He already got whatever.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, whatever. And then I'm going to play my commander, Subira Tulzidi Caravaner.
Nice play.
I would have liked to be putting my commander out in better circumstances where I could attack right away. But with Craig's commander on the battlefield, I don't think I can afford to swing. If Ladee just decides for whatever reason not to kill Radha, then all of a sudden I might be in danger of just dying out of nowhere. So I got this aggro commander and I'm gonna have to hold it back to block. Doesn't feel real good. And that's all I can do. I'm gonna pass the turn.
It's my time to shine. I will untap and draw for turn. So I'm gonna cast the Soul Ring and then Explore. And that will draw me a card. And because that's the second card I've drawn this turn, I get to create a 2/2 green cat creature token. Represented by our good friend Maria, of course.
Nice.
Okay, so I didn't get another land off of Explorer, which is a bummer, but I did get to trigger my commander. So my board's looking a little healthier now, can breathe easier because, you know, I'm just not gonna get smacked for 10, 20, 30 damage next turn by Craig. At least I can chump block. And I have one flowing from Soul Ring, so I'm gonna tap out and cast Sylvan Library.
Wow.
Yikes.
So Sylvan Library can be a little sketchy here. This is gonna allow him to get a cat every turn with his commander. It could get out of control. So I'm still focused on Craig, but I got one eye on Jimmy.
In normal games of Commander, that would be like a really solid turn 3.
I was feeling good about it.
Yeah.
That's really good, Jim.
Oh,
I can't believe it's turn 3.
pass the turn to you, lady.
I will untap, draw for turn. Ugh, if I knew I wasn't gonna draw a land here, I probably wouldn't have made that deal with Josh. But I'm a lady of my word, so I'm gonna do it. Well, I will keep my word.
That's good.
I'm gonna cast Drag to the Underworld, targeting Radha.
Boo.
Oh, please.
I feel a lot better than I did.
So I only have 2 cards in hand right now. Josh destroyed one of my things. Ladee destroyed one of my things. So I'm worried that I'm gonna end up in a position with a ton of mana, but nothing to do with it.
And I'm gonna move to combat. Craig, I'm gonna swing at you for 2 in the air with Falcon Wrath Noble.
All right, I'll take 2. That puts me into the 20s. I don't like that.
Isn't it nice to be in your 20s again?
It is, actually.
I think that's about all I can do, so I'll pass the turn to you, Craig. The thing that worries me here is I can't keep missing land drops. Jimmy's got ramp, and Craig's already out of control with the amount of lands that he has. I've gotta do something soon.
All right, I will untap and draw my card. Okay, I am going to cast Elder Gargaroth.
Jeez.
Wow, this is a brand new card from M21 and it is a powerhouse. Craig has a lot of needs right now. He's getting low on life, he needs to draw cards, and this card literally does all of that and poses a huge threat because it's got Trample and Vigilance. This might be the worst thing that all of us at the table could have seen.
And then I'm gonna declare attacks.
I bet you will.
Ladee,
Hit me.
I'm gonna swing at you for 5 with my Wayward Swordtooth.
Good. I'll take 5 and go to 35.
Good.
I'll take it.
And then I pass turn.
Okay, I will untap and I will draw.
Oh, Joshua Kwai's about to have one of his big turns. One of his big game nights signature turns.
Craig's the big turn player in this episode. So the best thing that happened during Craig's turn is that he attacked a Ladee, which says to me that he thinks she's a bigger threat, which might leave me open here to maybe develop my board, try and catch up with the amount of mana that I have so I can be explosive later on in the game. Okay, so I'm gonna play Sword of the Animist.
Cool.
So it's already feeling like it's 2v1, maybe 3v1. And I don't want my opponents to start catching up with lands on me, so I need to put a stop to this real quick. Plus, it's kind of worth it whenever you can piss Josh off.
And then I will equip it to my commander, Subira. So she is now a 3/4.
Hold on, Josh. I'm gonna play Croson Grip.
Oh.
On what, the Soul Ring?
No, on
Sylvan
your
Library?
Sword of the Animist.
You can't let him have one nice thing.
This is Josh.
Okay. Sword Sword of the Animist gets destroyed.
Some viewers just went,
And I had to tap Ancient Tomb to do that, so I'm gonna go down to 27.
That was the worst thing that could happen. I just wasted my entire turn to do nothing. There's a Sylvan Library on Jimmy's side of the board. There's soul rings out there. Why are you destroying my sword? Craig! All right, Jimmy, go ahead.
okay, I will untap, I will draw for turn. Then Sylvan Library is going to trigger, which means I'm going to draw 2 additional cards this turn.
Wow.
That is also going to trigger my Jolrael, which means I get another 2/2 green cat creature token.
Doing something. It's great.
Watching Jimmy get the cat tokens, the extra cards out of the Sylvan Library, it's just heartbreaking because Craig could have easily answered that stuff, but he killed my sword instead. Come on, man.
Okay, I will put these 2 back on the top of my deck like that.
Great.
All right, I'm going to cast Kodama's Reach.
Nice.
Classic.
So I'll find 2 forests. One will go into play tapped, and the other will go into my hand.
Okay.
This card is really good here because I actually don't have any lands in my hand, nor were there any in the top 3 of my library. So I'm gonna get to shuffle my library, put a land onto the battlefield tapped, and also a land into my hand, which I can then play as my land drop for turn. So a lot of value here. All right, I will play my land drop for turn. And then I'm gonna cast Growing Rites of Itlamok.
Good card.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna look at the top 4 cards in my library. I can reveal a creature card from them.
Nice.
I'm going to reveal a Bane of Progress and put it into my hand. And then the other cards go on the bottom of my library in any order.
Yikes.
And then I'll pass turn.
I've never seen somebody cast Growing Rites and have it not flip on the turn that they play it. So this has gotta be feel bads for Jimmy.
All right, I can't flip this card this turn, so I'm gonna have to wait another turn cycle, but here's the thing. When this card flips, it can generate so much mana. If this can stick around just a little longer, I'm gonna be in a great position.
I will untap, draw for turn.
Land?
I will play my land for turn. Woo!
Sweet.
Nice.
Then I'm gonna cast my commander, Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So this commander is awesome. I can deal damage to my opponents based on the life I gain. I already have a little bit of this engine going with my Falconwrath Noble. So if I could just get a few creatures to die, I can really get the ball rolling. Since you're the only one that hasn't been hit, Jimmy, I'm gonna go ahead and attack you with Falconwrath Noble. And before damage, I'm gonna cast Alchemist's Gift, giving it +1/+1 and lifelink.
Uh-oh. Okay, so you're gonna hit me for 3 in the air. Well, I can't block. I'll take 3 lifelink and go down to 37.
So I'll gain 3 from the lifelink, and that's gonna trigger my commander.
I don't like where this is going.
Craig,
No.
you are gonna lose 3 life.
All right, I'll go down to 24.
Ooh, Craig has a creature with reach, but that doesn't mean that Ladee still can't do damage to him. Now, yeah, I'm taking a little bit in the process here, but anything that ticks his life total down is a win in my book. We gotta get him off the table as soon as possible.
Pass the turn to you, Craig.
All right, I will untap and I will draw for turn. So Josh and Ladee already teaming up against me, and Jimmy's board is starting to really look scary. But don't worry, I've been sitting on an answer, and now's the time to use it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna play Azuri's Predation.
No!
What?
Oh, this card is so good on this table right now because look at the size of our creatures. None of them can even trade with the beast tokens. Wow, this is as much of a one-sided board wipe as I've ever seen. This is insane. My board.
Kills everything, doesn't it?
It
Yeah.
does.
Like, nobody
I
has
think.
anything bigger than a 4/4.
I don't think
Besides you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's creature count. I've got 2.
I've got 3.
I've got 2.
Okay, so all our stuff's gonna die. Craig, you're gonna end up with 7 beasts.
Sweet.
7 4/4s.
All right.
That's 28 power.
That was fun.
This is terrible. He gets 7 4/4 beasts. And now all of Jimmy, Josh, and my creatures are dead. I don't know what to say. Help?
I can't think of a worse card Craig could have played just now. This has to be the top of the list for the very worst card he could possibly come up with. blink.
Excuse me.
This is going very badly.
What?
In
What
fact,
just happened?
This whole game is going very badly for everybody except Craig.
Except for Craig, which is probably exactly how he drew it up, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Zuri's Predation.
what a card.
I need to put that in more of my decks.
I need to buy more copies to put in my decks because I only own one.
Oh, well, where would you buy that, Jimmy?
You know where I'm going to buy. You're going to say it along with me. CardKingdom.com/command zone. It's your go-to for Magic sealed products, singles, everything you need and more because they are the #1 place that Josh and I have been going to for the past 4 or 5 years now. Because when we need cards for game nights and we need to order them immediately and get them to our house as quickly as possible, we trust CardKingdom.com/command zone. And you're supporting the show if you do so as well.
Yeah, M21. We got Jumpstart. There's all kinds of stuff. Ikoria, C20.
Oof.
If you want to get your hands on it as quick as possible, Card Kingdom will get it there faster than anybody else.
Yeah.
And as well, once you get the cards, you need to keep all that stuff safe. You need to keep it in pristine condition. And the best way to do that is to use products from UltraPro. They really do make the best card sleeves, Eclipse. They make the best playmats. They make the best deck boxes, the
Dice.
satin towers. They make awesome dice. You want to keep all your game pieces not only in great condition, but also looking as good as possible, right? Because we're Commander players. We want our battlefield to look awesome. UltraPro is really the company that's going to help you do that the most.
Yeah, whether it's limited, standard, or commander, UltraPro has our backs covered, and so does Card Kingdom. And by supporting those, you also support this show and our content.
All right. Actually, I was going to say let's get back into the game, but maybe we should keep talking because I'm not that excited to get back into it.
Yeah, we can just dilly-dally around. But look, look down at the time bar. There's half the episode remaining.
Oh, that's a good point.
So either Craig doesn't take us out, or he just picks us off one at a time.
Oh. I was getting real excited about the not take us out thing, but then it's Craig, so it's very possible he's just torturing us like you said.
That's right. Let's find out.
Okay, so all our stuff's going to die, and Craig, you're going to end up with 7 beasts.
Cool.
All right, I have 4 Falcon Wrath Noble triggers because I won't get the triggers when the commanders go to the command zone.
7 minus 3 is 4.
So, Craig, you will be losing 4 life, and I will gain 4 life.
What did I do to you?
You just killed my whole board.
I'm feeling on top of the world right now. I just put 28 power onto the board and took care of all my opponent's creatures. I feel like this play is going to put me in the victory circle.
So we have no boards, and you have like, what is this, 28?
34, 40.
40 power?
Something like that.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to declare attacks, and Ladee, I'm sorry, but I'm going to attack you with the Sword Tooth, Azusa, and the Elder. On attack, the Gargaroth will trigger, and I'm going to choose to draw a card.
Okay.
Now take 12.
All right, I'll go to 30. Ow!
So now I view Ladee as my biggest threat, because Jimmy and Josh are likely to try and come at me with creatures. But she's gonna do some tricky stuff with life gain that I can't block, plus she's in black and they have board wipes, so I'm gonna try and take her out first.
Is that all you're going to do, Craig?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, I'll untap. I will draw. So all I'm doing is I'm just counting up the amount of power that Craig has on his board and how many creatures I can maybe get out. Even with chump blocking, I might just be dead next turn if Craig wants to. That's not where you want to be. So I just pay 5 mana for my commander? It sort of feels like that's what I do.
Think about that sweet animation that's going to play when you do.
I do need a blocker. So I'll tap 5 and I will cast my commander again, Subira. The doesn't matter much because Craig has 39 power on the board right now card.
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Oh, this is so rough. Not only can Josh not do anything else this turn, he can't even attack with his commander just because of the threatening presence that Craig has on the board. Feels pretty bad.
All right, Jimmy, go ahead, save us.
All right.
Mono green somehow.
Untap, draw for turn. Sylvan Library is going to trigger. So I'm going to draw 2 additional cards.
That could be helpful.
I will keep this one and I will place the other 2 on the top of my library like that. And then I will tap 5 and I will cast Alhamret's Archive.
Ooh. So this archive with Jimmy's Sylvan Library combines in a really interesting way. He's gonna get to look at 5 cards now. So this is just a value engine card advantage that Jimmy's gonna have over the rest of the table. If he can survive long enough, he can ride this little combo to victory for sure.
This is a bit of a calculated risk on my part because it seems that Craig has his sights set on Ladee, so I can kind of play a do-nothing card right now. But I'm gonna look real dumb if Craig decides to switch his target to me because as powerful as this card is, it does not block. And then I will tap 3 and cast the Runic Armasaur.
Okay.
Yikes. So this card's particularly bad for me because my commander has an activated ability, one that I hope to activate multiple times eventually in the game to give my creatures unblockable. But Craig's a huge problem. So Jimmy drawing extra cards right now, not the worst thing, because hopefully he'll find an answer to help us with Craig.
I don't have anything else to do, so I will pass the turn to you, lady.
All right, I will untap, hope for something great. Oh.
Like a land?
Like a land? Oh, man.
Land?
That's not good.
Look at us, the non-green players, both with 5 manas. Seems a little bit tough to keep up.
Lady, you missed your land drop. Let me tell you what that's like, okay? It's a bummer, but you just gotta keep hoping, cross them fingers, knock on some wood. Your answer's waiting right on top of your deck. Also, if you don't, you're probably gonna die because Craig has a billion more lands than the rest of us. Just saying.
All right, I'll play Ayara, First of Lothwain.
All right.
Whenever she or another black creature enters the battlefield, she'll trigger it, and each of you will lose 1 life, and I will gain 1 life.
All right.
So in a perfect world, this card would be awesome because it's a lot like Falcon Wrath Noble, which would go really great with my commander. But right now, it's just gonna be a blocker and hopes that Craig does not attack me. Or at least if he does, I can block and maybe not die. And I'll pass the turn to you, Craig.
All right, I will untap.
Okay, everybody hold on because Craig's untapping and nobody has affected his board at all. He's gonna be able to do some serious damage this turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna declare attacks.
Oh, here we go.
Craig can basically choose any player to knock out of the game right now. That's terrifying.
Don't look at me! Not over here! You don't have to kill me now. I'm easy, you can deal with me later. Just
So, Lady, I'm gonna attack you with 7 4/4 beasts.
really?
Jim, I'm gonna attack you with an Elder. And Josh, I'm gonna attack you with the Sword Tooth. And my attack trigger on the Elder, I'm going to draw a card.
I'm not gonna block.
Neither am I.
So I'm gonna take 5 from the Sword Tooth.
And I'll take 6 from the Gargaloth. Oof.
And I will go to 33.
And I'll go to 30.
Sweet.
And then
How much is that?
28.
Craig.
I think you got to block because if he has a pump spell,
Yeah.
you're just dead.
I will block one of them with Ayara,
Okay, so Yara's gonna die.
and I will take 24 damage. Ouch.
Yikes.
I don't know why Craig keeps focusing on me. How am I the biggest threat? I'm missing land drops. I'm not really doing anything. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come back from this.
Okay, looks like my risk is paying off here because Craig keeps focusing on Lady. I take a little bit of damage, but I'm far from dead.
All right, you're still going. I thought it was my turn because you did a lot. But
I'm going to play Dragon Lair Spider.
Come on.
This card's gonna be perfect because my opponents need to play spells, right? And I just swung out with all my creatures, so I'm gonna need some blockers.
It feels like Josh, Lady, and I have been on the back foot this entire game, and this is just Craig shoving us even further back. This creature is just gonna pump out token after token. Every time we deploy a threat, there's another blocker. So this just really solidifies Craig's board presence.
And then I'm going to cast Farseek. Because why not?
All right.
I will find a mountain, and that will come into play tapped.
I wasn't done groaning about the spider. Just hold on here. Slow down, man. Jeez Louise.
All right, and I pass turn. So I pass the turn here, and I'm feeling pretty good. I've got close to 50 power on the board. I've got a Dragon Lair Spider that's going to put more tokens onto the battlefield. I'm feeling like I might be able to close this out within the next turn or two.
Blasphemous act.
It's one card in my deck. I could draw it.
I'm feeling it.
All right, I will untap. I will draw. So it's really dire. I'm super far behind. And then I draw my card for turn. And it's maybe the best card I could draw in this scenario. All right, I'm going to flip the script on the game.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
You did draw it.
Not Blasphemous Act. I forgot this card was in the deck, but it actually happens to be extremely good right now.
So Josh says he's going to flip the script on this game. What does that mean? I don't like the way that sounds.
All right, I'm going to tap 1. I'm going to play Soul Ring.
Okay.
That's going to trigger Dragon Lair Spider. So I'm going to make an insect token.
That's a 1/1?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to tap 6, and I'm going to play Mob Rule.
Oh!
Oh no.
Yo, yes.
So I'm going to choose 4 power or greater.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, you're definitely dead.
Oh, for sure, Craig.
Oh, boo
For
words.
sure.
What a blowout this card is. My lord, I've never seen this card in my life. So now he's gonna take all of my big creatures, which is basically all of my creatures, and attack me with them?
Woo! I have never seen a mob rule do this much work.
I think that's enough to kill Craig. I think he's gonna kill Craig. I hope he's gonna kill Craig.
Oh, Craig.
Trigger Dragon Lair Spider.
Yep. So you have 2 insects now. Yeah, that's another blocker. So I'm gonna gain control of the spider, the elder, the sword tooth, and 7 beast tokens.
Yeah, this is not good for me.
Oh, feel the burn.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Now you have to kill him with them.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna die. All right, I will do some combat calculations.
Jeez, Josh does have a lot of power on his board though. Wait, should I be worried? Can he kill me too?
He's got enough to kill Craig, and I think he's also got enough to kill me. And I'm hoping that maybe our deals will keep me alive.
All right, so then I will go to combat, and Craig, I'm gonna swing all 7 beasts and a wayward sword tooth at you. Jimmy, I'm gonna swing Elder Gargaroth and the spider. Trigger Elder Gargaroth, and I will draw a card.
I'm just gonna let it all come through. I'm gonna take 11 damage.
Whoa!
Okay, so you go to 19?
Yeah.
That spider actually kind of ends up mattering here because the 1/1s that it creates are blockers, and that's more creatures I have to send at Craig, so I can't actually do as much damage to Jimmy as I'd like. In a perfect world, I would have loved to have taken them both out. I'm worried I'm leaving Jimmy at too high a life total here, and I'm just trading one tyrant for another.
All right. It was a beautiful life while it was going on.
Sorry, Craig.
I'm gonna triple block and die.
So I guess I die to my own creatures.
When Craig dies, all the creatures will go away. Would have been nice to keep that board.
Yes.
This is the best thing that could happen to me right now. Josh gets to kill Craig, and he deals damage to Jimmy, and he also doesn't get to keep those creatures. So I might just be back in this.
Then I can't do anything else, Jimmy, so go ahead.
Okay, so Josh passes the turn here, and I'm just looking at this board state, and I'm pretty happy about things. Josh and Ladee only have 1 creature between them. Ladee's been missing land drops and is at a really low life total, and I have my card draw and advantage engine perfectly set up. This is the time for me to take over this game. I will untap and I will draw for turn. Sylvan Library is going to trigger at the beginning of my draw step, and Alhammar's Archive is also going to trigger. So instead of drawing 2 additional cards, I'm going to draw 4 cards total.
Wow.
And then I'll choose 2 cards. I'll put those 2 back on my library and begin my turn.
It's always nice to begin your turn by drawing 3 cards.
I'm going to recast my commander, Jolrael.
Okay.
With the card advantage engine I have set up with Alhammar's Archive and Sylvan Library, I really don't think I can lose as long as I protect those parts of my board. So I'm just gonna need to reset a little bit, replay my commander, and leave up enough mana to protect those pieces. And then I will go ahead and pass the turn to you.
All right, I will untap,
Land.
draw for turn. Hey!
We did
thank
it.
you.
Nice.
This might be the only thing I can do right now, is I'm going to replay my commander, Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose.
Vito.
Vito's back, baby! This is where missing all those land drops is really hurting me because I'm only able to do 1 thing per turn, and my deck has to have multiple pieces to really function. Maybe Josh can get Jimmy's attention and buy me a little bit more time to get back in the game. And I'll pass the turn to you, Josh.
Okay, I will untap. I will draw. I gotta destroy that Alhammar's Archive, don't I?
No, you don't.
I feel like that we have no chance
probably
otherwise.
do.
No. So the Sylvan Library and the Alhammar's Archive on Jimmy's side of the board are really bad for a lot of reasons. Card advantage, first of all, he's just gonna have more gas. But second of all, his commander really cares about the number of cards in his hand, not only to make cats, but also to pump his creatures later. So priority number 1, I gotta slow down that engine as much as possible. All right, I'll pay 3, and I'm going to cast Destructive Tampering, and I'm gonna choose to destroy the Alhammar's Archive.
Yes!
Oh man, Alhammar's Archive is so important to this engine. Fortunately, I left a bunch of mana untapped and I can use it to protect my stuff. In response, cast Heroic Intervention.
Come on.
So it gets hexproof
And
indestructible. Can't target it, and also even if it could, would still not be destroyed.
Ugh, it really sucks. If that card would have been destroyed, it would have been a huge turning point in this game. We could have been back in it, but now he's just gonna be able to draw a million cards, which means a million answers. Ugh, why?
Oh, that's horrible what just happened.
I'm still at 19, so who
I
knows?
feel like I've passed my spirit on to Jimmy.
I'm just gonna tap 4, and I'm play Perforos. Out of the Forge.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So everybody knows this is a very powerful card in Commander. I'm hoping I can sneak it out there, and then this will give me just enough extra damage when I play a couple of creatures. Also, it pumps my creatures after I make them unblockable with my Commander. It's possible I can knock Jimmy out of nowhere, kind of like I did to Craig. I just need a little bit of time.
hey Josh, just friend here. I'm at 7. Perforos deals damage to everyone. Love to help you out. Kinda gotta be alive to do it.
And then I will pass the turn to Jimmy.
Okay, I'm going to untap, and I'll draw for turn. And then Sylvan Library and Alhammar's Archive will trigger, so I'll draw 4 cards total.
Wow.
I'll put these 2 cards on my library. And that will trigger Jolrael, and I'm gonna create a cat creature token.
That was our chance there. I think the Alhammar's is gonna be impossible to overcome
It's
here.
gonna be a lot. All right, I'm gonna tap 3 and play Eternal Witness. And then I'm gonna get Heroic Intervention back in my hand.
Why?
So Jimmy's really starting to put the clamps on the game here. The fact that anytime we go and try and destroy his stuff, he's gonna be able to protect it. So we have to find 2 answers instead of 1, and we're having trouble finding 1. Yeah, this is, it's getting dire.
Okay, I'm gonna tap 3 and play Ashnod's Altar.
All right.
I really like having sack outlets in token decks. This means I can turn my 2/2s that maybe don't have haste into mana, and it'll let me do a lot more in my next turns. And then I will pass the turn to you, lady. And because I have 4 more creatures, Itlimoc is going to flip on my end step and become Itlimoc, Cradle of the Sun.
Jeez.
So I'm passing the turn here, and I'm feeling really good about my position. Everything is set up. I have all the mana in the world, as well as an amazing card draw engine and a way to protect it. Here's hoping that no one disrupts this, and if that's the case, I think I should be able to win the game really soon.
Okay, I'm gonna untap and draw. All right, I did not want to do this, but I will. I'm gonna play Duress,
Targeting me?
targeting you, Jimmy.
Oh.
Ooh.
So this is a card that doesn't see a lot of play in Commander, but I think in this instance, it's gonna be really good here. So my plan is to take back that Heroic Intervention.
Okay, I'm going to reveal my hand.
Oh boy.
So my plan was to take the Heroic Intervention. But now I have my eyes on that Return of the Wild Speaker. So the problem is, if Jimmy gets enough cards in his hand, he's gonna be able to activate his commander, and then he's just gonna be able to kill us. Remember, he has that Alhammar's Archive, so he's getting even more cards to put into his hand. It's bad if I can't destroy all his stuff, but it's even worse if he just kills us. I just don't think I can let him draw all those cards. I'll get rid of the Return of the Wild Speaker.
Okie dokie, I will discard it. Oh man, I was really hoping she was gonna take the Heroic Intervention out. Now I've lost one of my best card draw spells in the deck, and I need a huge hand size if I want to use my commander and pump my whole board and swing out for the win. So this might set me back an entire turn.
And then I'm gonna play Whip of Erebos.
Okay.
Creatures you control have lifelink.
Yay, Vito!
Unfortunately, Lady's just not able to really get anything going here. The Whip of Erebos, it's fine when her deck's got a bunch of stuff going on, but just by itself with her commander, it just doesn't do much. So yeah, it's not great.
Josh, can I attack you for 1?
Yeah, of course.
And I will attack you for 1 with Vito.
I block with my 2/3.
Nice, they bounce off each other.
Yep.
And I'll gain 1 because of the lifelink. And Vito's ability will trigger, and Jimmy, you will lose 1 life.
Okay, I'll go to 18.
All right, my turn.
Yep, and I'll pass the turn to you. So Jimmy can definitely kill me on board next turn, and I'm just hoping that Josh can take enough of his attention that I can get through 1 more turn.
I will untap, and then I will draw for turn. Runic Armasaur, it's so good. One of the things that's really jamming me up in this game is that Runic Armasaur. Because normally I would want to be chipping in little points of damage at Jimmy by making my creatures unblockable, But whenever I do that, he's gonna draw a bunch of cards, which is just accelerating his game plan. So I kind of have to try and figure out a way to do a ton of damage all at once and kill him in one hit.
It's so hard to do something that doesn't like hurt Ladee a lot.
Because I'm gonna help you.
I know, that's why. But I'm in a red deck that does damage to everybody, so it's just like...
I see.
I mean, I understand if you have to do what you have to do.
Okay, I'm going to tap 3, and I'm gonna play Prophetic Flame Speaker.
Ah, double strike trample.
Nice.
This is secretly one of the best cards in this deck because my commander can make it unblockable, and then after that, Pervos can pump it. So this could be a ton of damage out of nowhere to Jimmy. I just have to make it to my next turn.
That is a creature, so Perforos will trigger, and you will both take 2.
I'll go to 16.
I'll go to 6. Ouch.
And then I'm going to play Robber of the Rich, which is another creature, so you will both take 2.
Okay. I'll go to 14.
And I'll go to 4. Yikes. I'm at 4 now, and Jimmy can definitely kill me next turn, not even using like any of his resources. I think the end is nigh.
So I have the 1 floating, I'm gonna add 1 mana to it and cast Braid of Fire.
Okay.
Pretty good.
And then I'm just gonna pass turn.
So at the end of this turn, I'm actually feeling kind of optimistic. The one good thing about this game is that I have not taken very much damage. My life total is still pretty healthy. Meanwhile, Jimmy's low. It's likely he's gonna wanna take out Ladee Danger for sure next turn. And if he does that, I doubt he's gonna have enough to also kill me. If I untap with most of my board intact, I think I can sneak in enough damage to steal this game.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Okay, at the end of your turn, I'm gonna cast Verdant Rebirth, targeting Eternal Witness. I'm gonna draw a card, but it's gonna be 2 because of Alhamrat's Archive. And because that's the second card I've drawn this turn, I will create a cat token because of my commander.
Wow.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sacrifice the Eternal Witness to the Ashnod's altar. It's going to go back to my hand because of Verdant Rebirth. And then I will start my turn. Looking at the board state, I think Josh is gonna be my #1 threat after this turn. These creatures by themselves, not that scary, but Josh has a way to pump them with Perforos, and he can make all of them unblockable. I might be able to survive 1 swing, but if Josh has anything tricky in his hand, I might just die on the next attack. I think I have to try and win the game right now. Okay, draw my card for turn, and then I'm going to draw 4 more cards for Sylvan Library and Helmut's Archive. I'm going to take these 2 cards and put them on the top of my library. That's gonna trigger my commander, and I will get another cat token.
Nice.
Okay, I need to do some math here now. Okay, this is it. I think I have to figure out how to win right now, but there's a lot of math to be done.
It's a lot of math.
I know, there's a lot. I'm trying to see if I can end the game right now, basically.
We got a lot of mana.
There's just so much mana I have to spend to do this. First off, if I cast an Eternal Witness to get Return of the Wild Speaker back, how many cards am I drawing plus out Helmut's Archive? And then once that happens, how am I gonna get more creatures on the battlefield because I need to tap my Cradle of Itlimoc to get a bunch of mana, but if I don't do this in the right order, I also need to sack creatures to the Ashnod's Altar to get more mana. I have an 8 mana card in my hand that I need to play to give my creatures trample, and then past that I also have enough mana to activate my commander, and then at that point, how many cards are gonna be left in my hand? Is it gonna be enough? Am I gonna be able to swing past all the toughness of Josh's creatures as well as Ladee's if I don't have enough there? All right, you know what? Math is for blockers.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna find out if it works.
This has worked out so well in the past.
Exactly. I'm gonna
Do it,
start
Jim.
things off. I'm gonna float all my mana, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
But not the Itlimoc?
Not my Itlimoc, okay. So I have 11 mana. I will first use 3 of that mana to play Eternal Witness. And I'm gonna get Return of the Wild Speaker back in my hand.
Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. That Return of the Wild Speaker is gonna put a lot of cards into Jimmy's hand because of Alhamrat's Archive. I do have some blockers though, and he doesn't actually have a ton of creatures. So even pumping them with his commander, looking at it, I think I still live.
And then I'm going to use the other 8 mana to play Stonehoof Chieftain.
Ruh-roh.
Yikes.
Oh no. Yeah, so the important part of this card is where it gives all of Jimmy's creatures trample. All of a sudden, my little blockers, they don't look like they're gonna save me anymore.
Okay, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures on the battlefield. So I'm going to tap Itlimoc for 7 mana. I'm going to use the Ashnod's Altar and sacrifice 2 of my creatures to get me 4 additional colorless mana.
So you have 7 green and 4 colorless?
So I have 11 mana total. And then I'm going to play Return of the Wild Speaker. I'm gonna draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures I control, which is gonna be 8 on the Stonehoof Chieftain. However, that's gonna be doubled by Alhamrat's Archive. I'm gonna draw 16 cards.
It's a spicy play.
So remember that Jimmy could pump up all of his creatures with his commander by how many cards he has in his hand? Yeah, well, he's got a lot of cards in his hand. It's about to go down.
So I'm scared to ask, but how many cards do you have in your hand now?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 cards total.
And how much mana left in your mana pool?
I have exactly 6 mana left.
What are you gonna do with that 6 mana, Jimmy?
I think I'm gonna activate Jolrael using her ability, and creatures I control get base power and toughness XX, where X is the number of cards in my hand. So I have 4 22s that can attack this turn.
Yowza.
So I'll go to combat, and Josh will swing 3 of them at you and 1 of them at you, lady.
I'm not good with numbers, but I'm definitely dead. Ugh. So I basically died to a lot of card draw. And then I died.
And then you've got 66.
66 trample indestructible.
Trample at me.
They all have trample and indestructible when they attack because of the Stonehip Chieftain.
And I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm gonna take 53. Unfortunately, I'm at 33. So I guess I died to Jimmy drawing a bunch of cards. So good game, Jimmy.
Good game.
Good game. Good game.
Turns out math is for everyone. Don't skip math class, it's really important. I win!
This has been a really fun game. Even though I didn't win, my deck went off like crazy. I don't know if I've ever had a start like that. I can't wait to shuffle up and play again. I had a blast.
This was actually my first time building and playing a monocolored deck in EDH, so it was really fun to kind of like take all of the pieces from the new set and incorporate them in there and challenge myself and be restricted to one color.
I'm a big fan of the core set. I love it when it comes out each and every year, and lately they've been putting in a bunch of goodies for Commander players, which is great. And this one in particular has a ton of awesome reprints, some really great stuff, so I'm excited to get my hands on this set.
Playing Commander with your friends is where it all started for me, and it's great to bring back people I'm so familiar with around the table. It definitely has such a jovial vibe to it. Even though Craig had such an insane start, this just sort of adds to the compendium of Craig.
Craig, I'm coming for you. You might be Mr. Infect, but I'm coming for your crown. I'm gonna be Lady Infect. I'll get you next time.
You know Craig didn't win, right?
Yeah? But it was his fault I died.
All right,
Yeah.
you made it to the end of the episode. Congratulations on the win, Jimmy.
Thank you. You know what? I found out today that math is not only for blockers, it's also for attackers.
Yeah, true.
You know what else is for someone? And that someone is me, a Magic player?
What's that?
All of the amazing UltraPro product that I get to use every single time I get to tap out and just win the game.
Yes, yes. It does feel good to tap those Eclipse sleeves.
Yeah, and UltraPro, you know, they've been making amazing product since, I've been using it since I've been 8 years old. That's 25 years of just great quality product to protect my game pieces. Amazing weighted dice, their Satin Tower deck boxes, Eclipse sleeves, all of it. UltraPro makes the best stuff on the market for Magic players.
Yeah, for sure. And they are the ones that Jimmy and I personally trust for our personal collections,
Yep.
to keep all of our game pieces safe and to show off to everybody out there when we make content. So we can't give them any higher praise than that.
And you're going to be able to show off some of that stuff as well because, as always, UltraPro is very generous and they've given us a bunch of free swag to give away to you, our loyal viewers. And now we have 3 awesome ways of entering. So that means you can actually get your entry in there 3 times. Here's how you do it. If you're gonna be on Twitter, simply send out a link to this episode using the URL and make sure you put the hashtag Game Nights in there so we can track it. And if you're on Facebook, go to our Facebook page, find the post that is about this episode, and all you have to do there is tag a friend in the comments, letting them know to check out this brand new episode. And finally, if you're on Instagram, well, hey, post whatever you want, but make sure you use the hashtag Game Nights. Send a couple people our way, let them know that the newest Game Nights is here and that Jimmy Wong is the best green player that's ever been.
I like that last part.
Don't actually do that, please.
No, definly do that. Definitely do that.
Jimmy.
And definitely make sure that you enter within 1 week of the release of this episode, because at the 1 week mark, we are going to be announcing who is the winners.
Yep.
Who is the winners? That's good grammar. Who has won? Because, you know, and then you can't enter after we've already announced who's won. So just stop right now and just go enter, because that's the most reasonable thing to do. Yeah.
Josh and I, we can waste time and talk all day, but you better be composing that tweet, writing that Facebook post, or making that sweet Instagram. What do you call? What do you even call an Instagram?
That Instagrammy.
You're gramming. Keep on gramming.
We sound so old.
Okay, boomers
If
and
you use the
zoomers.
gram, it's lit.
Oh yeah, I love it. No,
Have we cut away yet?
no, but hopefully everyone's posting at this point, so it
I
doesn't
hope
even matter.
there's no one still watching.
Yeah, we're just adding time for no reason now, actually.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you are still watching, why? And also thank you.
Yes, thank you, and a big thanks to our editors. Actually, 2 of them got this whole episode done by themselves, right?
Oh yeah, Jake and Murph. I didn't touch the editing on this one, and hopefully our editors, because they're very, very good, have cut away by now.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
still talking to people.
Or they're just sitting there giggling and being like, maybe we can throw some meme pictures on their heads because they said, Josh said lit. That's the first time I think I've ever heard you say lit.
Did I use it right?
Yes, you did. Okay, that's it. We're done here. Let's go look at those entries for the tonight's giveaway.
God, I hope we've just been talking to ourselves this whole time.
You know that's not going to happen. Okay, bye everyone.
Still?
I don't know. I mean, that or they'll take the words "bye everyone, peace" and slap it somewhere else. Wait, let's give them like a very generic "bye everyone, peace" that they can put in, right?
Okay.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Maybe I'm just deluding myself here. Maybe it's really bad because I'm just going to lose to Jimmy if I don't lose to Craig, but always look on the bright side of life. That's some good whistling, Josh. My mouth is so dry I couldn't get any whistle out. We'll just dub in the whistling so it sounds good.
Dub in the singing.
Yeah. Come on, the singing was fine.